Be very careful who you talk to, because you'll never know who the informant is, who the cooperating witness may be, and you never know, somebody who was a friend today may have been flipped the night before and become your enemy tomorrow.
About humanity, putting truth in these lines, while they busy feeding lies. When you got that tunnel vision, gotta open up your eyes. Wake up and go to sleep. Man, I'm praying all times. And to my guys, ain't no other side. This for my brothers, I'ma pray with y'all shine. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Yeah, you already know.
Depending on the lessons, some people eat, some people learn. But the game is going to send you big. Lock the door.
This call is being recorded.
And it's unfortunate because it set us on a path. It was all by design anyway, but it set us on another path that really even took us, somewhere that we.
I don't
really
think
didn't
people
need to be.
fully understand, Stretch, how deep and how vicious and how maniacal J. Edgar Hoover was and his plot in 1969. Everything that took place. There's many ways we can look at it. In 1969, Bunchy Carter and the other young brother was killed at UCLA. Right? They was part of the Black Panther Party. They had a whole different ideology and they had a whole different plan for where young brothers would move, because all the brothers that was formerly Slausons, businessmen, gladiators, rebel rousers had became part of the Black Panther Party, right? But also in 1969, Raymond Washington came about. Also in 1969, the brother Fred Hampton was assassinated in Chicago. Also in 1969, Larry Hoover was crowned king. So what
Right.
I'm saying, every positive thing that we were doing in '69, because in '68 James Brown wrote a song called "Say It Loud, I'm Black and Proud," and it vibrated all through every black community, every neighborhood, every street, every corner, every music box, right?
Right.
And that was our mantra, right? But for some reason we got thrown off our trajectory with, because now you lose Fred Hampton, you lose David Barksdale, who was the original person that was shot during 1969, to where Larry Hoover became king, and then
They always attacked us with violence,
right,
and they've always attacked us with. And
right,
that's the thing we have to understand. We cannot beat these devils with violence.
right.
That's
So,
what we don't have
so
to
what I'm
be.
saying though, let me land my plane.
Go ahead.
Uh, we were on a total different trajectory, but due to the fact that we lost these strong, powerful leaders during this time, we were sucked in by the vacuum of the negativity, and everybody seemed to just roll over to that, because those brothers, all the brothers I just named, were college educated brothers.
Well, see, homie, look, these brothers that we lost, what happens every time we get a leader to step up, and then either they'll get our own people to kill them or they will. And
Uh-huh.
then once that happens, we just fall back to doing the same old thing. And it's the same thing here with the young bloods and the Crips. We get around each other. We need to stick together because of other oppositions. And then we'll have a brother come in, and bring stuff together. And then next thing you know, as soon as he leaves, it goes back to normal program because nobody else steps up to the plate. You see what I'm saying? And then the things that we are teaching our youth. So when Raymond and all of them came about, and when Fred got killed, these things were happening. We still did nothing as far as we seem to always lose sight of the struggle. Instead of sticking to the script. We in a fight. We at war. Our kids are dying of obesity. Our food is being tampered with. Our
We're being
drinking water,
poisoned. We're definitely being poisoned through the food supply and even in the water. We
our
definitely.
drinking waters are being tampered with. Our food is being tampered with. Now, do you hear me?
Yes.
Our medicine. Okay, so we have to understand that we not only attacking ourselves, we are really at war with these people, and we don't see it. And if you realize, back in our times and days, our people, you already heard of cancer. Somebody had cancer. It was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. What
It's a normal
you was born
conversation
in
now.
1970?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, you know, now it's you're cancer, you're cancer. It's a normal conversation now because they've upped the ante. They're spraying stuff in the air. They're spraying our food. Bill Gates done bought up all this farmland. That's another thing if you look at what's going on.
Right.
Change, we have to understand that if we don't come together as a people, and it's hard because we've been so separated in our way of thinking that it's almost impossible for us to move forward
True.
because of the division. Everybody want to be the chief. Everybody has this way of thinking. Everybody has this ideology. So we fucked up. We
So
got our
Fresh,
people
let me
over
ask you
here.
this though. What
Yes, sir.
happened?
Yes, sir.
How did you get off your where you was going and how did you wind up where you at now? What
Well,
happened?
okay, I still got to survive. Okay, I've been shot several times since. I've been shot 6 times. 3 times since I've been home.
This call is being recorded.
I've been home 5 years. I stayed out 5 years clean, no parole or probation or anything. And I bought some weed from these dudes, man, these Spanish dudes, and the weed wasn't what it's supposed to be. It was short. I came back how we do, with my thing. Because, I don't know what's going on. I'm already wounded, and then as I came to talk to him, I, once you come back with a pistol, which was a bad choice on my behalf, but because it puts you in a situation regardless. But here it is, this happened, and then it turned into what it was, and you can see it on YouTube. It turned into a struggle over the weapon. The police pulled up, shot one of them, shot me. They just were shooting, didn't identify themselves. And that's another thing. The police training and the way that we dealing with the officers today, why the relations are separated, because the way that it is, the relations between, you know, uh, 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 the police and in the ghetto, it's always going to be like that because of unarmed shooting blacks or, um, you know, the unfairness treated, that goes on and has been going on in the ghettos and it do, then within the other neighborhoods and whites in the, other neighborhoods. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So with the judicial system being unfair when it comes to people of color, the mass incarceration of people of color, Spanish and blacks, dominate the prison population, and it's like you see it, but don't nobody give a shit, you know. So I ended up in here on that situation, which I'm still fighting right now. But it still doesn't change the way that I feel or my way of thinking as far as trying to bring shit together when it comes to my peoples and trying to enlighten, our younger youth. Like I was saying earlier too, because we have to really get heavy on dealing with the young men and the young women in our neighborhoods.
So what is the housing like this day and time in county? Because I haven't been in years. I don't even have even try to even remember what it was. But
Well, in our times, we had the game modules, so
uh-huh.
most of us were locked down. And now it's mixed in. You got the main line, then you got these prison systems. Look at this shit now, 50-50 yard. Well, you get a 50-50 yard, half snitches and half general population. Where has that ever been? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, where has that ever been? Not only feasible but real.
Right.
It's in its design to bring up on submission, continuous submission of niggas that have any type of resistance in them, or any nigga they feel that stand up for themselves, and even with this gay thing that's going on, then people gonna be mad at me, maybe for saying this, but I have a problem with the LGBT thing because the LGBTQ thing because of the way that now it's being shoved in our face.
Right.
It's not right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Our kids and our children, it's by design. Our kids are going to these public schools and coming home, his friend is gay now, my son want to be gay. He don't even know what the fuck being gay is, but now it sets up on this course of it's sad of what's going on. Now all our kids coming home and they want to be LGBTQ members and don't even really you get what I'm saying?
I do.
And then they're teaching this in our elementary schools, bro. What the fuck? And it's foul. And it's designed to soften the black man, to create whereas now we don't repopulate, and if you do, okay, we're doing it by we're doing it by seeds now, and it's just, and now it's becoming normal to see two gay black men on TV, and our kids in there who are children are so highly susceptible to being, the word I'm looking for, influenced. They see this and think the shit is cool. So we up against it, man. We got to change a whole lot of shit.
You're true. You're true, man. So it's structured different in there now, from what I'm hearing from you, right? Because you still in the hospital, or are you on regular population?
Cali Finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the feds get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing. They see me shining. That's hard work. Proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it. I just make it happen.